Go, baby.
And we are live. Big Bruce, thank you. Right at noon, my man. Big time props on that. Not easy to be on time in this crazy world. Even harder to be early, which a lot of people consider on time. So we try to practice what we preach. We try to be better people here on the MisippBROs. We welcome you, beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in on a Thursday. We have a Flurry edition coming at you. You know why. We're going to get to it here shortly. But first, I got to ask my brother, who looks freshly trimmed with just the right amount of salt in that beard. The ladies love it. The ladies love it, I hear. We call that the Clooney effect. Big bro, how you doing in Chile on a Thursday evening, 5 o'clock hour your way?
It's a beauty, baby. And thank you for the George Clooney reference, dude. I'll take it, dude. Un poquito sal en mi pelo, dude. A little salt in my hair, baby. So we get going on a Thursday, man. Welcome, everyone and all, man. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. My Chilean comrades. They're not Russian. They're comrades. So anyways, they're here, and they are listening, man. Welcome, one and all, dude. That is my bro right there. You see him in the ski cap. That is Mark Misippo, the man, the myth, the legend in the flesh right there. So, all right. So we get going. No salt in the beard yet, dude. You'll get there.
I think
so,
you can find it. You just got to look a little harder. You got to dig a little deeper. But if you ask me, they're platinum blonde. They're not grays. They're not grays.
Oh, platinum blonde, dude. We're not going to talk about platinum blondes. I have some of that in my history. So we will go forward.
Oh, yeah. That's the next thing going to the Instagram post. Chad with blonde highlights. There's a lot of material there. Hold on, but I'll match you. I got some blonde highlights I can show. What a lot of people called the frosted tips. Yes, my senior year photo is full of it. We'll put it on the Instagram. We'll do a side by side, and we'll ask the listeners who did it better, Big Bro, Lil Bro, or Guy Fieri. You know what I mean? So here we go. We're going to spend a good amount on Curry, the legend that is Steph Curry, and the moment that happened at Madison Square Garden. We will. But let's just let the listeners know we got a little around the league NBA action coming as well. A moment we all saw coming besides Steph Curry becoming the inevitable three-point king. A moment we all saw coming on this cast, Chad, probably 8 weeks ago. Urban Meyer, get your ass out. Don't pass go. Just get out. Go home to Ohio, wherever it is.
We're going to stop making a mockery of the profession, dude.
We're gonna pan on him for sure.
Man, dude, we're gonna can his ass out of pro football.
I can't wait, and we put it all in caps for the emphasis. We got the Rams beating the Cardinals. We'll dive into the impacts of that game from Monday Night Football. A little high school football action as well. Sorry, Bruce, it's not De La Salle at the #1 in the rankings in the state of California. We'll talk about who is. And lastly, Chad's got some NFT news, and we'll go off the ball and just, do some around the world stuff. Now, Chad, before we dive in on Curry, how many cups of coffee have you had today?
Dude, only a couple, man. I have a couple in the morning. It's 5 o'clock out here, bro.
Oh, yeah.
5.
You had coffee 10 hours ago.
Yes, exactly, dude. 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm knocking down some nice, cool, smooth Colombian coffee down here, dude.
Ooh.
Yes. Chile does a lot of things great, but they don't do their own coffee, which is weird, man, because
interesting.
The climate is not the greatest for the coffee.
Well,
now, wine and copper, that's what Chile does.
Well, that's what Chile does. Wine and copper, just like Maryland. Crab cakes and football, the famous line. Dude, the famous line from what movie, Chad?
What's that?
What movie was that line from? Crab cakes and football.
Wedding Crashers, bro.
An all-time classic. Yes, thank you very much for that. And to the listeners out there, it's funny to look back on that movie, Wedding Crashers, and be like, that's where Bradley Cooper first popped up.
Yes.
And you hated that guy in that movie. You love to hate that guy. We've all met a musclehead meat freak just like him at some point in our lives. We have. Bradley Cooper played that role to a T, and he hasn't played anything like it since. But I'll never forget the first time I saw Bradley Cooper pop up, now a Hollywood superstar.
Yeah, dude, those guys are a dime a dozen, dude. Yes. Yeah.
Speaking of superstars, legends, generational talents, I am here with my pal Threezy, and I'm rocking the beanie. Because our guy Steph Curry has been known to rock a few beanies in the post game. He likes to sit in the chair and kind of, talk like this and always thank his teammates and everything. And anyway, it was a little bit I could do to add a little Steph Curry touch to our Curry Flurry edition. Chad, first thing I want to mention, the journey that Curry took to getting to that moment. Do you recall when the Warriors had a backcourt that was Monte Ellis and Steph Curry, and it felt like not a match? It felt like one had to go. Thank goodness the right one went, and that is no disrespect to you, Monte Ellis. He would say the same thing. Further than that, the ankle problems that troubled Curry early in his career seemed like something that could derail a career. Thank goodness he latched on with Under Armour, and they provided the right type of shoes for the guy, because those ankle issues are a thing of the past, my man. They really are, but it's just very important as to why we've arrived here. That discount that Curry signed, the 4-year, $44 million extension back then, never would have happened had he ascended to this level much sooner. Now, he went through hoops and hurdles. Some people saw the greatness coming. Jason Richardson, Don Nelson, Mark Jackson, they spoke of it early. No one could have predicted this. The last thing I'm going to say before I kick it to you, Chad. Del Curry popped this story up. He said that he saw LeVar Ball wearing a hat that said "Told you so" across the top. He told the world how great his sons were going to be. He told you, right? Del Curry said if he could have a hat to match, it would say, "I had no idea."
Excellent, dude. And that's class against unclass, dude, okay? Class against ego right there. That's all you need to say about Curry against Ball, all right? So, anyways, dude, you don't even need to mention the Ball family when you're talking about the Curry family. The Curry family is greatness, class, and not only that, unbelievably talented and worked their ass off to get where they are. I'm talking about their whole family, dude. And so this is a tribute to all of Curry's, dude, including Aisha, including Steph, including Seth, including Dell. I mean, dude, you just go down the line. LeVar Ball wishes that he can have half the jock that Dell Curry had, dude, period. End of story. So anyways, let's get off that and savor the moment, dude. I was watching it here down in Chile.
The moment. Did you watch it live?
Yes, I did. Yes, I had it live, dude, because I had to tune in to watch him in New York, the Mecca. It happened just as it should. Spike Lee and all those other, and what's his name, the good people here. Spike Lee, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. I'll stop there, period. End of story, dude. The most important people were there to watch this happen, to be there, and it was a great moment. You know, man, I mean, one of my favorite writers is Will Leach, dude, and he's writes for New York Mag and Medium, and he's a good guy. Anyways, dude, he has said it right. He goes, dude, everybody loves Curry, and we don't get these kind of athletes very often. And this is true, dude. I mean, because, dude, Curry is a generational talent, like you mentioned, but he's a generational human. And we don't see that in sports a lot, because a lot of sports, you need that killer instinct, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and you need to be a little nasty at times. Need to keep that competitive edge. Well, Curry's done it without doing that, and that is something to say, dude. When he gets banged around, dude, you see him every game get thrown around like a rag doll, and he might complain. He'll just look at the ref and just run back and play D, all right? Because you know what, dude, that's just his temperament. But, man, are the Warriors lucky to get him? Are the Warriors lucky to choose him? Okay. And I remember when the Warriors had him and Monte Ellis, and Andrew Bogut came in the Monte Ellis trade. All right. And I would go going, what are we going to do with this broken down former #1 pick? Well, even a MisippBRO could be wrong every once in a while, dude.
We'll own it too. Yes. We couldn't have seen the dominoes falling the way that they have for the Warriors. Again, Steph Curry being the fuel and the fire to it. He's played with such joy and humility, gracefulness throughout his career, always giving shine to his teammates, never really complaining, and working so incredibly hard off the court. Everyone who's ever been around him, rubbed shoulders with him, have said the same things. Now, focusing on the moment again, we talked on the phone yesterday about the play itself, And if you watch it back, fans, if you haven't heard this story, watch the playback. It's a design play. We're talking about the play where Curry took the all-time lead with about 5 minutes into the game in New York. Wiggins is working his way around the baseline, cutting off a couple screens. There's ball movement at the top with Draymond, who bounce passes the ball to Wiggins. Wiggins, typically, this is a play for Wiggins, turns and fires and shoots that ball. Well, here's a couple quotes from that press conference after the game about that play. Draymond Green said, fucking Wiggins never passes out of that. Why is Draymond so animated about this moment? He wanted the assist that would lead to the record-breaking play. Curry says we run that play a lot. I think it's the first time Wiggins has passed this year. Wiggins said that play, it's a bucket first for me, but I saw Steph with a little bit of space and a chance to make history.
There you go.
Keep that in mind, Warriors fans. It's going to be a trivia question down the road. Who assisted Steph Curry on his record-breaking shot? And the answer will be number 22, Andrew Wiggins, who we can thank the Minnesota Timberwolves for Wiggins. We can thank him for Curry. Dude, thank you, Minnesota.
The Warriors love the Minnesota Timberwolves, dude. I mean,
yes.
They have done more for the Warriors than any other team in NBA history, dude, period.
Absolutely. Now, just a quick perspective. The record for most three-pointers in a season before Steph Curry came along was 269. It was by Ray Allen himself. The new record is 402. Curry's on pace to get 440 this year. The record for most 10-point three-point games, 10 three-point games made, J.R. Smith had 3. Steph Curry's at 22 and counting.
J.R. Smith?
Oh. J.R. Smith with 3. Most threes from 27-plus feet, Kobe Bryant had the record at 211. Steph Curry's sitting at 703. I mean...
Dude, let's just say this. He changed the game.
He changed the game.
He changed the game in playgrounds around the world. He changed the game at YMCAs. He changed the game in local parks. He changed the NBA, dude. That's how unbelievably generationally gifted that he is, and we are lucky to be able to be in this run with him watching.
Well, he is the greatest shooter alive. It's undisputed now. And Curry took the moment when during the press conference, they asked, "Are you the greatest shooter of all time?" Curry said, "Now that I got the record, I got no problem saying that." So
there you go.
How about this from Colin Coward? Quote, "Steph Curry is Netflix. The old NBA of 7-footers and elbow jumpers and banging inside is Blockbuster. Netflix made you change the way you watch television, just like Steph Curry changed the way basketball ushered."
There you go. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. I thought it was a good way to wrap all that in. Now, just a quick little fun nugget I came across, Chad. This is kind of crazy. We talk about Steve Kerr and the legendary career he's already had. He's gotten to share locker rooms with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. He's played for Popovich. He's played for Phil Jackson.
Unbelievable tree, dude.
Unbelievable tree. Now, how about this fun fact? Steve Kerr was there when Reggie Miller broke the then three-point record as a player on the other side. Steve Kerr was there when Ray Allen broke Reggie Miller's record as a TNT broadcaster. Oh, yeah, Steve Kerr was also there at the Garden as Curry's coach when Curry broke the all-time record.
This guy, dude, that is unreal, man. Nice research, dude, because that is sick, man, because think about Steve Kerr's career and how people are going to remember him when he retires. Not only that, now he's the USA coach.
USA.
Hey, no free plugs. So USA coach, dude, the USA basketball coach. So, dude, his career, what he's seen and done and still waiting to accomplish, unreal, dude. And what he's done with the Warriors and him and Kerr, dude, are like peanut butter and jelly, bro. They go together well, dude. They go together well.
And a 30 for 30 featuring Steve Kerr sounds like a very, very nice watch. Whether it touches on his player career, coaching career, all of it, he's basketball royalty all on his own. So, yes, incredible.
Congratulations, Steph, dude.
And Steve Kerr, one of the only people on the planet who can say legitimately he has a higher three-point shooting percentage than Steph Curry. However, we can fairly say Steve Kerr never faced a double team, never faced a triple team, and was usually wide open off of a pass from Michael Jordan. Steph Curry couldn't have done it more differently, and we've talked about it. And the two guys he passed, Reggie Miller and Ray Allen, they couldn't be more like Klay Thompson. These guys were catch and release shooters. They weren't guys who created their own shot like we've seen Curry do so often. Not that they're incapable of it, just wasn't how their game went.
Reggie a little bit more. I'm sorry, Reggie a little bit more. Ray definitely grab and go, dude. Shoot it. Yeah.
Grab and go. Sit in the corner, clap your hands, and pop. Yeah. Now, while we wrap up the Curry greatness that is, Chad, we also talked about how fortunate we've been in the Bay Area to see some all-time records broken, some all-time kings. We talked about Barry Bonds. Hello, home runs. We got to witness that in the Bay. Ricky Henderson with a stolen base record that probably compares now to where Steph Curry's going to put the three-point record.
Yeah, it's out of reach. It's out of reach, baby.
Jerry Rice, most touchdowns, most receptions, most yards. How about these two? Chris Wondolowski, most MLS goals right here in San Jose. And then lastly, most games played in the NHL, Patrick Marleau. We've gotten to see some really substantial individual achievements
dude,
here.
you worked soccer in there, dude. That is something, dude. I got to give you some freaking props, dude, because I wouldn't have worked soccer in there, dude. And wow, the MisippBROs is expanding their minds, folks. Wow.
Always.
He throws an MLS at us, dude. Wondolowski, dude. Come on.
Wanda freaking Lowski, yes. So while we're still in the NBA world, you know, we could go on with Curry forever. It's just been a joy to watch. No one like him. The greatest show in any sport. We both agree on that. Around the league, though, there's some impressive individual accolades happening. There's some teams sneaking up the standings. I don't know if you know the Jazz have won 7 straight. Now, they kind of bore me, and I don't see them as a threat in the playoffs, but worth noting they've won 7 straight.
And they just have a huge signing in their front office. I don't know if you saw, but now Danny Ainge is taking over the front office, and that is one smart dude. He rebuilt the Celtics, dude.
Oh, yeah.
To get them into the playoffs and win a championship. So watch out for the Jazz in a few years, dude, with Ainge pulling the trigger back there.
He also might have been the architect of that swindling of a deal where they sent the past their prime Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Rajon Rondo or whoever it was to Brooklyn. Was he a part of that?
Yes.
All right. Nice work, Danny Ainge. And good note, Chad. Good to pay attention to that. Also in the team movement, the Cavaliers have won 5 straight. They're 4th seeded in the East right now, but yawn. We'll see when it matters. Kevin Durant, back-to-back games, a 51-point effort in a win and a triple-double in a win. Kevin Durant, still to me, one of the best in the game, if not the best overall, and a legitimate MVP threat to what a lot of people would agree Curry would be an MVP front runner. I'd say Durant's right there with him
right now, but definitely Durant could definitely make some noise. Giannis, don't forget about Giannis, dude. He'll be right there at the end. Mm-hmm. And and we'll see down the road. I'm trying to think of other MVP candidates, and I really can't. Maybe the listeners could clue me in a little bit, but nobody pops off the page to me. Is there anyone to you, bro, that might kind of threaten those 3? Right now, I don't know.
No, we're looking at a down season from guys like Luka. LaMelo Ball has been out with injury for quite a bit. Those sort of things. LeBron is just going to kind of just, I don't know, be.
Yeah, what happened to Luka? What happened to Luka Doncic, dude? I haven't heard his name in a while.
Luka got chubby and got injured.
Ooh, speaking of this, dude, let's speak. You know what? That's a good call because
you guys are lump Zion into this, right?
Yes, dude. Hey, you're stealing my fire, brother. Come on.
That's too easy. That was a layup. Yeah, let's start with Luka. Luka's mom is probably disappointed in him. Luka's mom is a beautiful specimen who probably watches what she eats.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you know that? So you've been lurking on Luka's mom, dude?
Lurking? This was front page news when he was drafted, my man. This is low-hanging fruit.
When he was drafted, that was how many years ago, though?
3? I mean, she still looks great, I'm sure. And I believe she's some sort of...
Are you Instagramming her, dude? What's up, dude?
Come on. I'm not creeping on that level yet, but maybe I should get back to it. But Luka put on some weight, and he's admitted to it. He said, hey, I should have been better in the offseason. Maybe he's at that age where he's starting to drink a little bit. I don't know. I can attest to this, though. It'd be tough being 20 years old, 21 years old as a young millionaire, and all of a sudden you have access to all of this stuff.
Everything.
Prime rib dinners, anything you want, and all of the
yacht parties, models, vacations, trips around the world, whatever you want to do.
Now, Luka's just been slightly dinged up, and he has admitted his own faults. Zion has not admitted much, but just from the looks of him, he looks like he could play right tackle for the New Orleans Saints, and that is not good for a guy with a foot problem, Chad. You can tell him about a foot problem and carrying weight on it, right? He's slated to miss the whole season now.
Yeah, no doubt, man, because, I just saw this come across, man. Now they're saying another 4 to 6 weeks. Dude, I saw, everyone else, I saw a couple pictures of him, man, at the game. I'm like, yo, dude, like, you're a professional, man. You need to, not, if you want to rehab back, and it's, everyone's been thinking like, what's taking Zion so long, right? Why is he taking so long? And New Orleans is saying, well, this and that, we want to be cautious. Well, they see a lot earlier than what we've seen now, and the guy's out of shape, dude. He's way out of shape. So this is the problem, obviously. And when you have extra weight, how's your walking going? How's your foot going, man? How's your back?
Oh, man.
Not good.
Those things are all going to add up because, as we know, the hip bone is connected to the knee bone, and the knee bone is connected to the foot bone. Da-da-da-da. Anyway, I haven't played Dr. Operation or whatever that game was from my youth in a long time, so I might need to refamiliarize myself with the bones and the human anatomy.
There's a song that goes there, but I'm not singing it. So,
all right. No, we do a lot of good on the MisippBROs. Singing has never been one of them.
No,
we proudly admit to that.
Talking good. Sing no good.
And how many times have you gotten this? Somebody says, "You're a good talker. I bet you could sing."
Yes.
You got a nice voice. I bet you could sing. Nope, I keep it in the shower.
With about 50 backup singers, I sound really good.
Nice. Bring the choir. Now, one last thing about Zion. He's either being completely reckless as a professional and neglecting what should be keeping yourself in shape, or maybe he's literally trying to eat his way out of New Orleans. You know, Anthony Davis got out of New Orleans, not by that fashion, but typical of this franchise to have an unhappy star not surrounded by enough.
You know, the athletes these days, man, it's really, you got to be really precarious with the younger athlete now, man, because they have so many people in their ear now, and it is an unreal amount of entourage, dude, including agents and then sponsors, and then these people want to do this and these people want to do that, and you can get lost very fast. And it looks like Zion's getting a little bit lost, and not paying attention to what he needs to pay attention to. And better watch out for his legacy, dude. He needs to, you know, and I give it to him. He's young. We've all been there. I've ballooned up 15, 20 pounds for a year or so. I have, dude, and had to come back down. But Zion, you know, being a professional, needs to take it a step further, man, and take care of himself if he wants to be a freaking force in this league again, man.
Well, yeah, and when you're the centerpiece of a franchise, that's got to be a must. It's got to be a priority. One last thing I noticed around the league. Two last things, actually. One on the individual side and one on a team side. Anthony Edwards, one of my favorite young players in the league. Let me just say, he is brimming a star potential for a while. He's putting it all together. Yesterday, the guy that's mostly known for his incredible athleticism and vertical and inside scoring ability, he knocked down 10 3-pointers and scored 38 points. And pushed himself over 2,000 points in his first 100 games played or less, joining the following players: Carmelo Anthony, Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, and Zion Williamson. Let me just say, that's elite company. Anthony Edwards is here to stay.
Oh, yeah, dude. You watch him against the Warriors, dude. I watched him. I'm like, dude, that dude's legit. Legit.
He's got springs that make
and now if he's hitting threes, oh, bro.
Inside-out game, outside in.
For the rest of the league. Not good for
Minnesota might actually have something as long as they don't screw it up, which they've done so many times. And
dude, come on, that's like putting Anthony Edwards on the Raiders. You know what's going on?
Oh goodness, let's not. And we're gonna touch on the Raiders later, thanks to Urban Meyer. Now, one last highlight for the fans to watch. Get on social media, get on Twitter, get on Instagram, wherever you find your highlights. Look at the end of the Thunder Pelicans game last night. It was an overtime affair. The score was 110-107. The Thunder threw up a desperation three from beyond the arc. Goes in with 1.4 seconds left. The home crowd goes wild. 1.4 seconds left. Well, on the inbound from the Pelicans from three-quarters court, launched it, also a swish.
Damn.
It's just two of the most improbable shots you'll see all year, back-to-back. Thank you for a thrilling finish to an otherwise forgettable exhibition.
I wonder if these guys, like, you know, Steph practices, you know, these crazy, you know, second tier from the stadium shots and in practice, three-quarter. These guys must practice more because, dude, I'm telling you, man, they make more now than you would think. I mean, it used to be a guy just, you know, overhand it and try to throw it down. Now, dude, every time you see one of these end of the quarter buzzer beater kind of things, the whole crowd is just like waiting, like, you know, because you think it might go in.
As Warriors fans, we all hold our breath every time Steph Curry throws it from literally no matter where.
Yes.
And we marvel at the fact he doesn't need a running start to two-hand shoot it from the logo, from midcourt. And I've seen him take dozens of inbounds, not even exaggerating. Inbound from his own free throw line, one step, chest shot, and he's usually hitting the basket, if not the rim.
Dude, that's some strength, dude. I mean, come on.
Incredible
think about that.
strength.
Go down to your local park and do that. Good luck.
Good luck. We talked about it. We need running starts from the half court. You know, if we were ever make a half court shot for $1 million in front of all these fans, I'm taking a running start. It's my only chance. I'm sorry. So Steph Curry's strength, underappreciated, especially the core strength. Now, we've appreciated greatness. We've highlighted some NBA news that's, you know, for the most part, good. This is not good. And we saw it coming for a long time. The only thing we didn't see coming was Gruden coming unglued before this man, Urban Meyer. Let me go down the checklist real quick. He thought Tim Tebow at tight end was a good idea. He scored one lap dance. He scored 2 wins and 11 losses. And apparently he kicked his kicker. I mean, I guess that was the icing on the
He's
shit
a deuce. He's a deuce. We knew it when they hired him. We're like, what are you thinking? This guy's a college coach. He's used to bossing around and being cool with college kids, 18-year-olds that will do anything he wants them to do. These are not college kids. These are grown-ass men in the NFL. They don't play. You have to respect them, and they will respect you. It does not start with you respecting them first. Okay? So now he's getting – he got what he needs to – it happened like it needed to happen, dude. One more thing, kicking the kicker. You know, all these things come out like, you know, the kicker's like, what are you doing kicking me during warm-ups, dude? What do you think I am, your kid, dude? You know, and just like, you don't effing kick me, dude. What the hell's your problem? And he had all kinds of problems calling people out in teams meetings, dude, saying, what have you ever done? And everyone's saying, I would have just yelled back at him if I'm his assistant coach, which I'd never be. But if I was his assistant coach, I go, what have you ever done in the NFL, dude? Zero. Nothing, Meyer. So go home, go back to Ohio State, go back to Florida, where you're loved and you will be appreciated in your own mind. But get the hell out of the NFL, dude. You don't belong, and your legacy is now tarnished. He'll come back in a couple years, though, dude, because that's what NCAA does, period.
Well, I wouldn't be excited to add him to the program, and we called that this guy was going to be canned for the end of the season 2 months ago. For me, the sticking point was he didn't get on the team flight home out of Ohio, his home state. He did not get on the team flight home. That alone was so jarring to me. What head coach doesn't go home with the team?
Yeah.
And for what reasons? And when it turned out to be going to his locally owned restaurant, whatever it was, and getting that infamous lap dance, I said, he's done. He's done. He's lost the locker room right there.
Yes.
If he ever had.
And that's on the owner. That's on the owner, dude. We've talked about this before, man. You know, these things, you know, there's a common denominator in bad organizations, and it comes from the top. All right. It's not like, oh, we've had a lot of bad coaches or we've had a lot of bad draft picks. No, it's the owner, dude. And so the owner has allowed this. The owner hired him, dude. Okay. So it's on Shad Khan, I believe his name is, man, if I get that wrong. But
you got that right.
He seems to be a decent dude, but obviously cannot pick good football leaders, dude. Obviously not. So he needs to find someone that's legit, someone that'll bring some actual leadership to the position, and that someone people respect. If he goes young again and gets an up-and-coming college coach, they're cooked. They're done. Because no one really wants to be in Jacksonville anyway. Let me tell you, I lived for 3 years in Florida. I never went to Jacksonville. No one in Central Florida wants to go to Jacksonville. It's like Southern Georgia or something, dude. It's like up there and no one goes. It's like it's a horrible town, and no one wants to go there in the first place, dude. So
right. Let me unbook my flight to Jacksonville. Thank you for that. Jesus, you mentioned leadership. Here's a good laugh. Urban Meyer used to teach a class at Ohio State called leadership.
Dude, you mentioned two words there, Ohio State. Okay, I mean it's a state college. It's a leadership course, dude. I mean, dude, I get more out of watching YouTube than anyone will ever get out of college, period. And that's the truth. You can get a freaking PhD in life and education, anything you want to learn on YouTube and on the internet, more than you can go to a stupid state school and pay $50,000, $100,000, be in debt, and get a $30,000 a year job. No effing thanks, dude. So I ain't taking a leadership class from a guy in Ohio State.
How-to videos on YouTube are a godsend, by the way. Your brother repaired a television years ago with zero television repair experience.
Right, exactly.
20 minutes of soldering. Just a quick video on soldering receptacles, capacitors. Thank you, capacitors to a back of a TV. Anyway, TV still works to this day. Pat on the back to me. Thank you, YouTube. Chad, one last thing here on Urban Meyer. He's given us a lot of juicy content to rip on just this year. We talked about a Steve Kerr 30 for 30 would be quite the watch. How about this 30 for 30? Give me a 30 for 30 on the 2008 Florida Gators, because this team had Urban Meyer, Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, Aaron Hernandez, Percy Harvin, Riley Cooper, Joe Hayden, Janoris Jenkins, and both Pouncey brothers. Can we get that? Put that in my veins.
Dude, you need that. The world needs that, dude. Who is now? Does ESPN have the cojones to do it? Because they're in bed with the University of Florida. Remember that they got contracts with them. Will they do it? We will find out, man. That's a great one, dude. Hey, you got to send that out to your connections, dude. That's a great idea.
Thank you. And hopefully I'll be on the production team as well, so I can oversee all the madness that would be that.
No, Bruce will be on the production team.
Oh, thank you. That's right. Let's get Bruce on there. He's much more qualified than myself.
Definitely.
So, sticking in the NFL for just a moment, we said on Monday's cast we would be paying attention to the Monday Night Football game.
Wow. Yeah.
Rams, Cardinals. It wasn't everything it was promised to be on the Cardinals' end. They struggled a bit throughout the game. DeAndre Hopkins was banged up, and he's going to miss the rest of the regular season. That's definitely trouble for the Cardinals. Ouch. Aaron Donald was an absolute man. He literally started the game with a sack and finished it with a sack, totaling 3 sacks. He remains the single most unblockable player in football, and it's not really even close. And then Odell Beckham looking at home in the bright lights of Los Angeles. Do you believe the Rams did enough to surpass the Cardinals by the end of the year?
Oh, man.
One game between them.
That game just showed me that the Cardinals are not as good as we thought they were. And that also that division's up in the air. Because now the Niners can sneak in. And the Rams are hit and miss. I still don't trust Matt Stafford. But they have that D. So they are going to be in every game. And the Niners D is coming back. So this is going to be a nice race. Still the best division in football because of the equality of, the Niners are back in the saddle. And then you got the Cardinals and the Rams. Seahawks are kind of out of it. They're not kind of out of it. They're out of it. Anyways, now that I said that, they'll go on a 6-game run. But regardless, dude, it's a good – I do think, to answer your question, that the Rams showed a lot. But I think that game could have gone either way, and I think it could go either way next time they play. So there's no real legitimate number one in that division. I don't believe so.
Well, you said that our own father, who doesn't tune into a lot of football games beyond those very disappointing Las Vegas Raiders and the local 49er team, you said that he enjoys watching that Kyler Murray. He's thinking about becoming a Cardinals fan. Dad, we don't usually be front runners on this show. We're not usually jumping on bandwagons that quick. But we can both agree that the Cardinals are a fun watch thanks to number one, Kyler Murray.
They are a fun watch, dude. And when I heard our pops, dude, talk about the Cardinals, he goes, yeah, F those Raiders, man. They're all messed up. And he goes, I'm going to watch the Cardinals tonight. I like that team. Maybe I'll start watching the Cardinals. I said, ooh, if I'm a betting man, I'm betting on the Rams after Dad says that.
Oh, man. And well, you mentioned the Raiders. Let me just say, since we canned on the Jaguars, and deservedly so, and Urban Meyer, which team, you can only pick one, needs a full house remodel, blow it up, build it over all again from the ground? The Raiders or the Jaguars?
Oh, dude, the Jaguars. Come on. The Raiders are close. Raiders are close. Now, I know you want to give me a softball. But the Jags are a mess. They're a freaking mess, dude. And the Raiders, dude, are not too far behind record-wise. Talent-wise, I think the Raiders have a few more things, but they need a rebuild. Yeah, but who's going to rebuild them? Mark Davis? Mike Mayock? Come on, dude. Look at those clowns. I mean, you can't. It starts at the top, dude. So expect more dysfunction from the Raiders going forward. That's it.
Yeah, I can see the Raiders trying to get a Hollywood-level coach in there, like a Jim Harbaugh-type hire. I could see it. And then I can also see the Jaguars needing someone way more stable, well-respected in NFL circles, like a Jim Caldwell, somebody who's been deserving of a job for a very long time. Now, from the chat, noted Cowboys fan and solid football IQ gal, Kayla Gonzalez. Sorry for the last name drop. It's right there in the chat, though. She says the Jaguars are in much more need of a complete blow up. And just want to say, hope you enjoyed that Cowboys game on Sunday, Kayla. They certainly showed out in Washington and furthered themselves in the NFC East, which is good for me because I don't want to get that Cowboys tattoo I threatened getting if they don't win the NFC East. But here's to them finishing the season out.
Where would you get it?
I haven't gotten that far, damn it.
Dude, we need to know.
Maybe like right around the nipple.
Oh,
how about that?
Oh, man. A star on the nipple? Dude, you're never going to be able to take your shirt off. You got to hide that thing.
I explain it every time I go swimming,
You got to hide it. You got to hide it, dude. Right cheek, dude. Throw it on the right butt cheek, dude. And that way, only the permission will be able to see it, dude. Okay.
Yes. So. Only the fortunate and the highly blessed and favored.
Yes.
No. Also, it would be on my backside, so it would be out of plain view. But yes, at least it's a simple logo. Nothing that like a normal artist could screw up. Because I've seen some effed up NFL tattoos when the logos are a little more complex. So anyway, moving on, getting away from my backside, if you will.
Yeah, yes. Please.
Please. Yeah. You got over that 32 years ago. Anyways, in the high school football ranks, the modern day Monarchs, second year in a row, finishing as the #1 ranked California team. And you pointed out they have a notable alum just recently, Heisman winning quarterback Bryce Young.
Definitely, dude. I came across that story, man. I saw the results because they played Sarah. And when I coached baseball one year in San Francisco at St. Ignatius, we played Sarah. And so that was pretty interesting to see them in a championship game. And here's a little trivia for you, dude. The coach of Sarah is Patrick Walsh. Patrick Walsh, I played baseball with. Okay, Patrick Walsh is my age. I played against him at De La Salle.
Any relation to Chris Walsh?
Good call. I'm not sure because Chris Walsh went to Ignacio and I played, and I was at Ignacio when Chris Walsh was a football star at Ignacio. Mm-hmm. So I don't believe so. I could be wrong there, but I didn't know Patrick very well, but I played against him. He was a catcher. So in the All-Star leagues, I was a catcher as well. He was the #1 catcher on the All-Star in the league because Ignacio and De La Salle are in the same league at the same time, bro. Mm-hmm. And so Patrick Walsh was #1 catcher. I was #2. That's my Patrick Walsh story, and I see him now go on coach football. And Sarah got blown out by Mater D, and they are the class.
44-7. 44-7 was the final score.
They got boat raced, dude. He even said it. He goes, "We got boat raced. They beat us in every instance." And hey, Bruce, isn't that what people used to say about De La Salle, dude? That we got raced and we got beat, period, because they were better. And De La Salle is going to have to step it up because NorCal needs to make another comeback, dude. So, Bruce, talk to your boys. Get them back in the game, dude. Come on.
Yep. They're probably hitting the weight room tomorrow if I know anything about the De La Salle football program. The Monarchs, Mater Dei, finished 12-0 with a point differential of 548 to 152. That does bring back some De La Salle teams. They used to do more of the same. So, yes, props to them. Thank you for pointing that out. They just wrapped up that championship season last weekend. So way to be on top of that, brother. Moving on from that, you said that Fanatics is making some NFT noise. Tell us about what Fanatics is doing.
Dude, I'm in that world, man. I check things out. I watch, watching all these new companies, man, Fanatics and the crypto companies and all this kind of stuff get involved in sports, and I love it because obviously I love sports. So and crypto and Bitcoin, dude, kind of going together now. Crypto.com, Stadium, all this kind of stuff. And now you see Fanatics. Fanatics is taking over, dude, sports, and one by one they got the MLB contract now for cards. They are saying goodbye to Topps after a couple years. 100-year run, bro. Gone. And so I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing. And what I see them doing already is they're setting up NFT marketplace, non-fungible tokens. Okay, so and so this is the future of sports. This is the future of cards, collectibles, and all this stuff. And so it's very interesting to see what is going on. And Fanatics is taking the lead one by one. They're setting up marketplaces. They're getting everything going. They're putting the foundations down. So when this becomes exploding here in the next year or two, they'll be right in the middle of it. And it's kind of exciting to see things change in the future. I love my cards, my cardboard and all that kind of stuff, dude. But you know what? I'm excited about the future as well. Because one thing constant in life, dude, is what? Change, brother. So if you don't change with it, you're going to be a bitter old man, dude.
Well, I feel 10 years ago, maybe 15, I don't feel like you would have had the same feelings about something like this. This sort of a digital movement. Chad famously was resistant to technological advances when he was about my age. He flip-phoned it for as long as he damn well could. All of these things. So very proud of you, bro, for taking steps into the future that you certainly have these last few years. And taking your appreciation of collectible assets like cards, Topps for 100 years, right? And now shifting your focus into what's more tangible for today's world, I suppose.
Yes.
What would be really cool is if we could get our hands on one of these NFTs, because for a little bit now, I've been wanting to maybe do a box break with whatever today's top of the line cards are, spend a little cash, see what we can get out of a football pack or a baseball pack, open it live on air, right?
Okay.
That'd be cool. Or get a digital version, and we'll have to work on this with our producer, of course, but get an NFT bundle of sorts and see what we pull out in terms of these digital relics that people are getting all excited about, because that's way more interesting to me than something I saw earlier this week. A memorabilia collector paid $25,000 for a used Stephen Curry mouthpiece.
Oh, dude, you got way too much money to be spending. If you got to spend 25 G's, I dropped 25 G's on a mouthpiece, dude.
You know what? It makes me. It's like having a piece of bubble gum in your art museum, right? Like, oh, Van Gogh chewed on this 1,000 years ago, right? I don't know, but that's that level of. You can have people over to your house. You're gonna have to explain that. This mouthpiece sitting in a case. No, thank you.
Hey, dude, the kind of guy or girl who would buy a mouthpiece for 25 grand probably doesn't have a lot of people that are going to hang out with them at their house. I'm gathering that they're not going to be very like one of the cool crowd, dude, because who buys a mouthpiece, dude? But this brings me up a good moment, dude. Art is in the eye of the beholder, dude. Okay. And this goes with NFTs as well. The beauty about NFTs is everyone can mint or make their own NFT. And it is up to the market to tell you what the value is. Not some people, not what the society thinks. It's up to the people. So this is what's interesting. We can mint the MisippBROs NFT, dude, and put it on the marketplace and see what happens, man. You never know.
We still got to get the t-shirts first, man. One thing at a time here before we leap into that frontier for sure. But I love it. I love the thought of it, and I love, who doesn't love to collect something rare? Now, don't want to pay $10,000 for it. We'll see. But NFTs are here to stay, folks, and they're hitting all sports in all areas. Yes. And Chad will be sure to keep us updated with whatever's breaking and the latest and greatest.
The investment is a who's who of number one sports guys: Brady, Curry, Durant. Durant's huge into this stuff, dude. Huge into his investment. So this is gonna blow up, dude. Definitely.
Absolutely, yes. And I wanted to bring an off-the-ball topic before we wrapped up. And I ended up in two places that aren't exactly pleasurable, but let me know if you'd rather talk about. Sorry.
What, dude? Come on, man. Hey, we're going on 45 minutes. Let's go.
Let's go. We can talk about how COVID is ramping back up in the sports world and potential impacts it might have beyond just guys going on a list for 10 days. Yeah, and I'm talking what it's going to do to maybe arenas all over again, particularly indoor ones. Or we can talk about the disturbing news of the CTE that's showing up in the recently deceased, like Philip Adams and now Vincent Jackson, another former NFL player who took his own life, and his brain shows some troubling findings, like a lot of them do, Aaron Hernandez, what have you. So we can dive into either one, but not both.
Whoa, dude. Well, do I want to punch myself in the face once, or do I want to punch myself in the face twice, dude?
That's the question.
And I'm going to go with once. And we'll talk about something relative to now, because the CTE thing we can go on forever, dude, about how the NFL has swept it under the rug and again wants to just put it in the back burner. These guys are hurting, just immeasurable brain damage, dude, that is making them make decisions that they would never ever make. The COVID thing, dude, is I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think once we realize that these variants are getting weaker and weaker as we continue on down this path of the pandemic starting so strong without vaccines and now becoming more and more. You're seeing it spread around a little bit more, dude. But, are people really hurting? Are people really having some serious health issues? Are they going to the hospital? Are they dying from it? I'm not seeing that yet. I can see you're a little uncomfortable with this, but tell me what you feel about where you think about this Omicron. I mean, I just feel like this is just a natural thing that happens, and it's been proven with diseases through time, they mutate, but they get weaker as they mutate and are vaccinated against.
I can agree with what you just said there. I can agree that as we progress, as we get more vaccinated, as things evolve, things might be more contagious, but they should be more mild. And you said yesterday when we were talking about it that this will devolve eventually into what is known as the common flu. The flu has variants every year. That's why the flu shot is different every season, if I'm not mistaken on the science. And I don't want to go as far to predict what South Park put on in an episode that, if you haven't seen it, friends, it's worth watching. If you saw the pandemic special and the vaccine special, they picked up a new episode where it's 40 years in the future and COVID is still present in their world. So let's hope it's nothing like that. But the reason I brought it up relating to sports, even though this is supposed to be off the ball, is numbers are definitely peaking right now in a number of sports in ways that they haven't in a while. Basketball, the Bulls have been ravaged. Football, the Browns might not even hardly have a team this Saturday against the Raiders, et cetera, et cetera. I think COVID lists are 15 long for the Rams, including Odell Beckham. Getting to my point, it's crazy to me what it's done to my brain. When I hear XYZ went on the COVID list, I immediately go, oh, I can pick up their fantasy football replacement.
Oh my God.
It's so messed up. It's part of the world now, and look what it's done to your poor brother's brain.
Damn, dude, that's craziness right there. You know, you brought up a point, man. You and your fantasy, man, is crazy. But the thing is, man, is that, like, why are all these people getting this, man? And you know, it has to be, you know, we're gonna need, and people hate this, but I don't care. You're gonna need boosters, dude, as we continue to go. I mean, you're going to need boosters every 6 months, it looks like. That's in my brain. I thought about that from the beginning. I'm like, it's going to be like every year you're going to get a shot. Now I think it's going to be every 6 months. And if you don't get it, well, then you're taking your shot. Then you're taking your chance. Period. So, but is it going to kill you? I don't think so. Not as bad anymore. Not as bad. It might kill some people, man. But, you know, that is, you know, so did the flu. So does car accidents. So does hunting accidents. So do, you know, this kind of thing, man. So I think we have to get there as a society that this is 2 years now coming up. 2 years. Okay. You know the risks. You know what to do to take precautions. It's on you. It's on you. And if you're not, you know, if you're saying no to boosters or saying you're immunized when you're really not and all this kind of stuff, well, that's personal. That's your own personal fault, and we're tired of talking to you about it.
Well, yes, we are. And one last number I'll just point out: the United States has roughly 300 million people in it. One of the last reports I saw was that 50 million plus have been infected with COVID at one point or another, maybe even twice, since this began. That boils down to 1 out of every 6 people in America. I know some people that have gone through it. It's kind of crazy to think 1 in 6. When does that number become 1 in 5 and 1 in 4? And when is it coming for us all?
How many times did you have the flu, dude, when you were a kid or when you're a teenager or 20 years old? That's what I think is going to be coming. Now, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. It's not an endemic yet. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. But it's going to mutate. It's mutating right now. And definitely in the UK, they're having a lot of cases. But I don't see the numbers yet where it comes out. And I'm hoping that it is not a horrible mortality rate. Because, you know, we've always, as humans, had diseases. We've always had germs. We've always had this, dude. So this is nothing new. Just this one was really bad, dude. Really bad, and where it changed our lives forever. And here we are talking about it right now. And let's stop.
Changed our lives forever, and let's, please God, never go back to the days where everybody apparently was wiping their ass or concerned about wiping their ass because toilet paper was nowhere to be found, along with essential baking ingredients like flour and sugar, because everybody became a baker. Everyone became a baker during the COVID shutdown originally. It was hilarious. So let's hope we never return to that level.
All right.
So we got it in the bag, my brother. We're going to wrap it up here in 50 minutes. We started on time. We went a little bit longer than we tried to go, but hey, we had to share some of that Steph Curry greatness.
Yes, dude.
Breezy does it, baby. Enjoy it while it's in front of you. We say it. We're going to say it again. Warriors fans, NBA fans, take it all in while you can. And talk about a great week ahead, Chad. The Warriors have called up Klay Thompson from the Santa Cruz D-League affiliate. Ooh. Look for him to play in the first home game back, which I believe is Monday night, and if not, the following game, and certainly by that Christmas Day spectacular.
Klay, baby. Give me some Klay. Give me some Klay.
One of my favorite athletes, regardless of sport, one of my favorite humans, regardless of context. Klay Thompson, we're waiting for you, number 11. You're the one man that was missing in the crowd at the Garden. and we sure wish that you could have been there with your Splash Brother, but we can't wait to see the magic you create. That shot's going to be there right away. It'll just be, can you get up and down the court?
2 years, long time. Congrats on
2.5 years, almost 1,000 calendar days since we've seen Klay Thompson dribble a basketball in an NBA game.
Wow. Hey, man, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today, man, including our man Bruce behind the scenes, dude. My bro knocking it down, dude, with the beanie, dude. Beanie bro. And, hey.
What beanie?
Also, dude. Juan here in Chile, man. Help me out with a little marketing on Instagram, dude. Let's keep it going. And, man, we're just growing this. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to Monday. We're all looking forward to Monday. You got the MisippBROs, dude. Hit that like button, smash it, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Tell your friends, and we will catch you on Monday. You have yourselves one great weekend.
Looking forward to Monday. That's a new one. See you then.